Where do I even start? The Lakers season wrapped up last night, lost 4-0 to Oklahoma City Thunder, and honestly, this series went a lot better than I thought. Before I talk about the series, I want to talk about this season as a whole for the LA Lakers. Going into the year, we knew that this team was not going to be a championship contender. From top to bottom, we just didn't match up with a team like OKC because that's the standard. You have to match yourself up with the team that just won the championship, and that was Oklahoma City Thunder, and we knew that we couldn't compete. The only way that we were going to win any series against them was whether or not how good Luka, LeBron, and Reeves were going to play if they could out offense the Thunder. But to start the year, the Lakers started off hot. LeBron was out for a month. LeBron comes back. Reeves gets hurt for a month. The big three is healthy again, going a little run there in March. And that faithful 1 week before the season ends, Luka, grade 2 hamstring strain, and then Reeves tears his oblique. And the same game, going 1 week before the playoffs. Luka's timeline is about 5 to 8 weeks, and then Reeves' timeline is about 4 to 6 weeks. So we don't know how the Lakers are going to look going into the playoffs in the first round against the Houston Rockets. And mind you, during the whole time when all three were healthy, LeBron took a complete backseat and became the third option. So now going into the playoff run with Luka and Reeves out, that leaves you with the LeBron first option hoops we basically haven't seen all year. So no one really knows how this is going to go down. And then when the playoffs started against the Houston Rockets, the Lakers took a 3-0 series lead. And where LeBron was the best player in the series, yes, but the other two players who should have been Sengun and Amen Thompson were getting outplayed by Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, and DeAndre Ayton. And Reeves ended up coming back on the later half of the series after the Lakers were already up 3-0. Rockets won 2 more games. The Lakers closed it out in 6. And then match up against Oklahoma City Thunder. And every Laker fan with a brain that isn't blinded by the delusion, we all knew the outcome of this series. And all I wanted personally was for us to win one game. That's all I wanted. Just give me one. Because I knew, hey, deep down inside, we knew that Luka Doncic was not going to come back. And for those of you who fully believe that him going to Spain was going to accelerate a partial tear in a hamstring in just one idea that Luka Doncic was not going to play, and if he did play, was going to be towards the later half in Game 3 or Game 4. So I was just praying on the fact, hey, maybe we can take a game in the first 3, make it 2-1, give Luka a little bit of hope, maybe the optimism, but it is what it is. One thing I can say about the Los Angeles Lakers team, in every single game, we got a half. At the bare minimum, we are competitive for one half, and that's all I could have asked for out of this team. They completely exceeded all expectations. Talking about going into a series against the best team in the NBA from top to bottom. Top to bottom, we competed night in and night out. Game 1 ended exactly how we thought it was going to end up happening. Game 1, 2, and 3 followed basically the same script. And we were competitive for a half, and the third quarter, the Thunder go on a big run and completely ice us out of the game. Only because we just don't have the depth to match OKC. We are running like a 7-man rotation, max 8-man rotation. The people off the bench aren't getting much minutes. So and they're just terrible basketball players. So then our starters, our main guys, end up getting too tired, and then they pull off a fucking AJ Mitchell, a Jared McCain, a Cason Wallace, a Isaiah Joe. The first 2 games, it was Jared McCain who was cooking us. The last 2 games, AJ Mitchell fried us. So it's always a new person coming off their bench or a new person that isn't Shea who really killed us, and their depth is what really got to us. And in Game 4, it was mostly just, hey, we couldn't hit shots late game. A lot of things didn't go our way. We can blame officiating, that does play a part, but OKC in general is just a better team, and there's always so much you can do when a team is just better, right? And you can argue that, hey, LeBron was the best player in the series, sure. But then again, OKC has the rest of the players that are just better. So you have to take this series with a grain of salt. This series exceeded my expectation Lakers wise. I thought we were gonna blow out every single game. I know the scores on the end of the first 3 games look a lot worse than they were, but if you generally watch these games, you're like, oh shit, we actually were in these games to like the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, or like the fourth quarter when they go one more run, down 24 minutes left. It is what it is. Like I said, I really enjoyed this Thunder series much as I like to take this with a grain of salt. But now I actually want to talk about I like to give my appreciation to these players. Starting off with fucking Rui Hachimura. Rui, you can walk into the Lakers front office this offseason with your nuts in your hand and ask Rob Pelinka, yo, bitch, give me anything I want now. I've been the most consistent player for you in these 10 playoff games. And towards the end of March, I stepped up. Reeves, Luka, not here. I stepped up. Rui Hachimura in these 10 playoff games averaged 17.5 points per game, 56.9% from three, 54.9% from the field. 50% or more on every single game from three. And he's the highest, and he has the highest NBA 3-point percentage in playoff history. Shout out to fucking Rui, man. Every time we needed a crucial bucket, he was there. Down by 6, less than 2 minutes left in game 4, has Chet on the island in the corner. He crossover, step back, and 1-3. Right when we were dead in the water, here comes Rui Hachimura for an and 1-3. 25 points in an elimination game. What more can you ask out of him? And JJ Redick, I'm going to get to you later about how good you are this series, but fuck, man. You don't have Rui there for the last possession. I understand that you want to have Maxi Kleber there to set screens, but fuck. I get it. Trust me, I get it. But I really believe the play call should have been for Rui and not for Reeves. I'd rather have Reeves inbound the ball because LeBron's been terrible with inbound passes. You're not even going to touch that. I understand you want Smart to inbound it, but fuck, it should have been Reeves inbounding it to Rui. I still think that we got a good look 3, but still, I'd rather have Rui taking that shot, but it is what it is. Rui Hachimura walk into the Lakers front office this offseason and be like, this is why you need me. Detroit is gonna walk in there and give Rui a blank check. Put whatever number you want on there. We'll do it. It's the writing's on the wall, and I really hope it's not possible. I know I've been really critical on Rui for the last couple of years, but he's always been a playoff riser, and it's so hard to find a 6'9", 6'8" power forward with the offensive abilities of Rui Hachimura. The ball in the basket, his middies are damn near automatic. I just wish, and his defense has gotten better over the last 2 to 3 years, especially this season. I think he's been more aware defensively compared to years past. And I really want Rui to come back. I know I've been critical, but goddamn, looking around the league, it's hard to find a Rui-esque type of player. Rui Hachimura, salute to you, man. There's not much more I can say. I just wish that we did better on your terms, and I really wish you come back. Next up, Austin Reeves. Every Laker fan I was seeing on my fucking timeline the last week or two has been shitting on Reeves. I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. What do you expect out of a guy who came off a torn oblique? He rushed back from a torn oblique. Did y'all not see the reports that was going on about Reeves? How he was rehabbing, trying his best to get back as soon as possible. I understand. His game 1 against OKC, he was awful. Awful. But what I took out of that game 1 of OKC is that, hey, those first couple games against the Rockets, those was a feel-out games. You know, he wasn't really getting his shots off. He was kind of picking his spots and wasn't really getting involved in the offense as much. But now, that game 1, the shots he was getting are shots he normally hits. He was just off. And you can blame playoff physicality. You can blame whatever it is. Oh, he was not ready for the moment. But then he went out and dropped 31 in game 2. 31 in game 2. He said, yeah, I fucked it up the first game. 31 in game 2. What more do you want out of me? What fucking more do you want? Game 3 came. Hey, alright game of Reeves standards. Wasn't the greatest. Wasn't ass. Wasn't good. It was alright. Game 4, elimination game. Here's 27 of them bitches. And it hit and ended shot clock 3 in the wing. What fucking more do you want of Austin Reeves? He is producing at the rate we expected him to produce. The people he was seeing on possession basis, body after body, Casey Wallace, Alex Caruso, Lou Dort. Like, what more do you want out of him? The best defensive team in the league. Having Chet back down there as a rim still give you 31 on 27. Get the fuck out of here, man. Reeves is a must come back. Lakers, oh, we don't need Austin Reeves. We don't need him. Yes, we fucking do. Yes, we do. Night in and night out, having teams pulling the 3rd best defender onto Austin Reeves gives him easy fucking eats. He's gotten better every single season. The only problem about Reeves coming back, I would say, is that it's the money. It's the I don't think we're gonna have enough money to put an adequate team around Luka and Reeves and potentially LeBron, and also retain Hachimura. It's gonna be hard to do all those things with the cap and how much money Rui, LeBron, and Reeves, all free agents, are gonna demand. It's gonna be hard, and a team like Brooklyn could go out there and go like, "Hey, Reeves, we got you a max contract," and how are we gonna match it? We can't. We can't match max. We can give him 30, 35 mil, but that's all we can really give Reeves. And I don't know if Reeves is worth that much personally, but I do believe Reeves should be a priority to bring back. And in this series, it really showed Reeves' ability to adapt to seeing good defenses and physical defenses. Last year, he struggled against Minnesota. This year, he didn't struggle as much against OKC, and he was really finding his shots and making tough shots. And you gotta salute Reeves for that. One more person I like to say is LeBron, Raymond, James. At the end of the day, no matter what anyone says, you exceeded expectations going into this playoff run as the number one option. You outplayed Shea in some of these games. You outplayed Sengun, Amen Thompson. You look like the best player on the court in the majority of these games. And that says a lot for a guy who was 41 years old in year 23. You gave it all you had. You tried extending series on as long as you fucking could to see if Luka could come back, and obviously he couldn't. I don't know what much to say, especially in this entire Thunder series. There's times where you're like, damn, LeBron's age is really starting to show. Sometimes he wasn't getting back. It was hard to make it up the court some of these times. His stamina isn't there where it used to be. You can clearly see that. But I think LeBron defensively in this Thunder series has been great. He was great throughout the entire Thunder series defensively, and that's so much great to ask for a guy who was 41 years old and still try to create on the offensive end. Is there times I believe he should have been more aggressive? Yeah, but I chalked it up to age. I understand he missed that running floater coming off the right side to potentially tie the game. I know he missed that, and I know he wants to get that back so badly, and I just don't know how he missed it. He was missing. He missed a lot of layups throughout this entire series, but I thought that he, like, in his mind, he threw it higher because he thought, hey, someone's gonna jump at it and try to get over their heads. They didn't really jump. They kind of put their hands up. I think he tried to overcompensate and then went over the rim, rolled over, and it is what it is. You chalk it up to, hey, good luck, missed it, move on. You can say, oh, LeBron's a clutch, but it is what it is. And honestly speaking, a little part of me is either A, this could be LeBron's last game ever, and I won't be surprised if it is. And if it is, let me say this. Thank you, LeBron, for 23 years of excellence. No matter what happens this offseason, when they do come back to the Lakers, or you do decide to retire, let me say this, LeBron. Phenomenal year 23. Could not have asked more out of a guy who literally, at the very end of his career, still capable of playing at all NBA level, decided I'm going to take the third option role behind Luka and Austin Reeves. Do I think LeBron does that again? No. But I'm going to get into that later on. Let's focus on the playoffs for right now. Two more people my think's going to go out to here, who I really believe were great in this playoff run: Marcus Smart and Luke Kennard. I know they both had their good stretches and their bad stretches. Well, that's what you expect out of role players at their caliber. Luke Kennard played really good those first two games out of Houston, and then proceeded to go back to his old ways and being scared to shoot the ball. I really wish we got more of Luke Kennard we saw in Houston, but I guess the lights got too bright for him. He went back to a spot up role, make 1 to 2 threes a game on great efficiency. What more can you ask of Luke Kennard? He is a corner defense though, so there's always so much you can do. Marcus Smart, man, you were the best free agent acquisition we could have had. I know a lot of people are shitting on you, especially last game, because you were terrible last night. Absolutely dog shit. I'm talking about so many, like, defensively you were even good. Fouling, turn the ball over. When you were on the court, I was like, fucking hell. What's gonna happen now? I just didn't think anything good was gonna happen every time you were on the court. We did get the N1 on Chet to maybe, the one BS Marcus Smart shot per game. It is what it is. I really did like your stretches this year. I would like to see you come back to the Lakers. I know Lakers fans don't want that. Don't know why. He was the best POA the entire season, and it's hard to replace that in the offseason. And last person, I completely forgot about him. Jackson Hayes. You were asked in this team a couple years ago to be a backup to Anthony Davis. AD gets traded. You did not get a starting center for a team that's looking to compete last year. and then you end up getting DMPs in games in which you need a center. And now this year, you then took the role of a backup center to DeAndre Ayton. I'm gonna touch up on Ayton later. Trust me, I'm gonna get really deep into Ayton. But in the last two series, you have showed flashes of how good of a backup center you could be. I really liked you in the Rocket series, and I liked you in this series. Obviously, there's going to be games where you feel unplayable, because then again, you are a backup center at that. You're not supposed to be playable in high leverage moments that consistently, and you did your role to the T. Last night, we saw it exclusively when DeAndre Ayton could not be on the floor. We went on the biggest run of the game. We took the lead back when Ayton was off the floor. You outplayed Ayton, the guy who's demanding to be a starting caliber center in this league. You outplayed him when you're on a minimum contract. Jackson Hayes, nothing but appreciation to you. I would love to have you back in that backup role or even third string role. Having a guy like Hayes opens the floor up for Luka so much more, and having that high flying big is really great. The ceiling of Jackson Hayes is so high, but we will never see it ever. It's kind of crazy because in short stretches, he looks very great, and then other stretches, he looks terrible. But that's the role you get with Jackson Hayes, who is a backup center. Much love for Jackson Hayes, man. I don't know much more to say. You were great last night. We want to run with you. You're cleaning up the glass, something the other fucker can't do. Shout out to Jackson Hayes. Not much more I can say. That's all the players want to give credit to. But I do want to shout out JJ Redick. Objectively speaking, he was the better coach in both series. He outcoached Ime and he outcoached Mark Daytonall. I know it looks as crazy to say knowing we got swept, but it was objectively clear that put on his big boy pants and locked the fuck in. The coverages that we threw at Shea on a top-to-top basis, blitzing him, doubling late, doubling quick, showing him different bodies throughout the series, really made Shea uncomfortable up until the last game where he finally figured it out. I think we did a really good job on Shea, really good job at containing others. But then again, OKC is such a talented team that it didn't really matter. The fact that we were close in these games showed that we have the potential, that we have a borderline top 5 coach in the league in JJ Redick, and that every season he has gotten better, back-to-back 51 seasons, something Darvin fucking Ham couldn't do. It's crazy when we think about it. Shout out to JJ Redick, man. He was fucking phenomenal in these whole playoffs. Top 5 coach in the league, borderline. And I want to give credit to him, credit's due. And now, let's get to the shitbags. I want to start with Mr. Jake fucking LaRavia. He shot 2 of 7 from 3 in the 8 games he's played in the playoffs this year. And you might be saying, oh, but the Lakers played 10 games. What happened to the other 2? DMPs. Game 3 and Game 4, unplayable. DMPs. JJ didn't even look in his direction. Didn't even bother. There's no point putting him on the court. Because every time he touched the floor, something is going wrong. He is not a basketball player. He's not. There's no team in the league that looks at what the fuck we just saw this entire season at Jake LaRavia goes like, you know what? I'll take a chance on you. I want you. If any team takes Jake LaRavia, I'm praying for you. I am genuinely praying for you. I had high hopes for Jake. I saw his Grizzlies highlights last year. I'm like, oh shit, we got us a scoring option off the bench. But now, he's just unplayable. He's just a shitbag on the NBA court. He isn't a professional NBA player. If I'm China, I'm not even calling for Jake LaRavia. I promise you. He is an absolute bum. He's fucking disgustingly dog shit. Never seen anyone worse than him. Promise you that. He is genuinely one of the worst basketball players I've seen in my life. Nothing positive comes out of Jake LaRavia. He's a cone on defense. He's a cone on offense. Not a threat offensively. Teams just look at him. Oh, fucking Jake. And the defensive end. Oh, it's fucking Jake. That's the best way I could put it. There's nothing positive I can say about Jake fucking LaRavia. And it took JJ Redick so long to realize how terrible Jake actually is. I don't know what more to say about Jake fucking LaRavia because there isn't anything more to say. And now it's time for the fucking main event. And DeAndre, fuck you dominating. Talking about posting your fucking chain, dominating chain right before the playoff game. Are we being serious right now? Are we being serious? It's game 4, elimination game, and you're posting your fucking dominating chain? No one gives a shit. Dominating my ass. Game 4, what? You guys want to know what he put up in the elimination game? You guys really want to know? 6 points and 3 rebounds in 23 minutes. 6 points, 3 rebounds in 23 minutes. We see a lot of people in the back. 6 points, 3 rebounds in 23 minutes. He is a 7-footer. He is 7-footer. You're telling me he couldn't get more than 3 fucking rebounds? But they have Hartenstein, they have Chet. Ayton was out-rebounded by LeBron, Rui, Reeves, and Hayes. All 4 of those players had more rebounds than DeAndre Ayton. And now if we go over to the Thunder side, Chet, Hartenstein, and Alex Caruso have more rebounds than him. And then AJ Mitchell has the same amount. You are genuinely the worst center in the NBA. Starting center. I promise you that. There isn't a worse starting center than you. There isn't any eagerness on the court at all. It's so like, what the fuck are we talking about over here? Having the Lakers staff put crunk juice on your bottles to give you a little extra motivation. What are you, a child? You're turning 30. You're almost 30 years old, crunk juice. Get the fuck out of here. What are we doing? And now reports are saying they're thinking of opting out, looking for a bigger payday from who? Who's giving you that payday? There isn't a single team in the league that's going to give you bread after what they just saw. And now with the whole tanking out the question, no team wants to tank. No team's going to tank for you. They team to give up money for you? Who the fuck do you think you are? Please, leave, please. Pelinka, waive him. Take his contract away. Take the player option away. No one wants him. Take it away. Don't give him the option, please. Let him go find the bigger payday. Let him go find it. The Guangdong Tigers or something like that. The fucking, what's the Australian league called? Let him go down there. They'll give him a big payday. Euro League or some shit. Get the fuck up out of here. No one wants him. I would rather literally keep Jackson Hayes and go sign a random fucking 7-footer off the streets of LA. Do the same thing Ayton does. Butterfingers. Pass the ball. I'm scared of the ball. Ball coming. No. Oh, I see the ball. No. The ball. No, I don't want the ball. Oh, LeBron lob. No, drop. Use pass it. Oh, I'm dropping it. Oh, is there a guard on me? I'll tip it out. Oh, I can get a rebound. No, I'm tip it out. Oh, I have Hartenstein blocked out. Tip it out. I don't want to see the ball. I don't want the ball. I don't want the ball. No ball from me. No ball. Generationally ass. This generationally ass big man. Not much more for me to say. And if you guys want to blame anyone else except for DeAndre Ayton, the former number 1 overall pick in the 2018 draft, who was selected before Luka fucking Doncic, if you want to blame anyone else but him, you're the fucking problem. You're the reason why people like him are unemployed. When we signed him in the offseason, I'm like, yo, he has the easiest job out of any center in the league. Grab rebounds, rim protect, and grab lobs from Luka and LeBron. But what does he want to do? Me no grab lobs. Me want to be post scorer. Me Hakeem. Me go up. Me miss floater. Me open floater 6 feet away. Air ball. But me no take dunks. I'm scared dunk ball. Me take layup. That's how his brain operates. It's like a child. It's like a 5-year-old. I get ball. I don't want to dunk. I go layup. Me no want create for others. Me create for myself. That's how he's a child mentally. It's so fucked. He's so socially unaware on the court. His awareness is fucking 0, and it's awful to look at. Now I want to talk about the Lakers post-game comments, because some of them didn't really sit right with me. One thing that didn't really sit right with me was that LeBron, when he was talking about him being a third option, I'm playing on screen now.
I was put into some positions I've never played in my career before. Actually, in my life. I've never been a third option in my life. So to be able to, thrive in that role for that period of time, and then have to step back into the role that I've been accustomed with over my career, over my life, playing a sport, and be able to thrive under that, and then just my teammates allowing me to lead them under extreme circumstances, that was pretty cool for me at this stage in my career.
It was a sense of annoyance. I don't think he bought into that role, but I don't think he really liked it. He didn't really like the role of, oh, I'm going to go get 10 to 15 points here. Oh, I'm going to go backdoor here. Oh, I'm not going to be able to seeing the ball. He didn't really like the role of being that third option, because that just isn't LeBron. I guess the idea of taking that backseat from Luka, taking the backseat to Reeves, didn't really sit right with him. I think next year, if we do run back to the same team, I think we see LeBron more on ball than off. We'll see what happens, but I really want to see LeBron back in the Lakers jersey if he does not retire. I think that should be a lock. I really want him back in Laker jersey. I don't see him any other place where he would go to. Another thing is Reeves said that he would like to stay, basically saying he wants to be back in LA. He said take one day at a time. We'll see the future hold, but he would like to spend the rest of his career here. He grew up here. I mean, he grew as a player here, and the idea of playing with LeBron really excites him. He wants to spend the rest of his career with LeBron, who took him under his wing, and I 100% agree with that. I think Austin Reeves should be a staple to come back, and I think Reeves' decision depends on LeBron. I'll be keeping it stack with you. I think that they're gonna like talk about it, and I think it all goes back to LeBron stays, or Reeves stays, LeBron stays. I think that's kind of the gist I'm getting. And also Luca team basically the rumbling on Luca saying that he wouldn't want Reeves to be included in the Giannis trade, that they all like playing to clear direction of the Lakers this offseason. It should be to retain at least Luca, Reeves, and LeBron and find a lob threat for Luca, an actual center. Tired of it, Ian. Go after Claxton, something. A center or substance. Anything, please. Anything but DeAndre Ayton. And especially with Payne Watson being out there, I don't know what exactly free agents at target, but we need to build an adequate team. It's obvious with San Antonio and OKC what the direction of the league is going. The league is going the direction of depth and not superstar talent. And I am begging us to not go for Giannis. Please, can we not target Giannis? We have to gut our roster to get there. Can we please not target Giannis? I am begging. Please, Palinka, do not target Giannis. We don't need this anymore. We do not need to be a top heavy team. We clearly need depth. Can we focus on depth? Building an adequate team around our top three guys, and I promise you we'll be championship contenders. Focus on that. I am begging you. With Luka not playing in Slovenia this summer, means he will be completely healthy going into the season. So there's no excuses next year. Palinka, it is do or die. If LeBron does not retire, give him bread. I don't think he'll ask for the max. I don't think he's asking for 50 mil. He shouldn't. Especially if he wants to compete, there's no way he asks for $50 million. So he will probably take somewhat of a pay cut with $25, $30 million, similar to what Reeves is getting. I am just praying. We have the most cap space in the league going into this offseason. Can we make it happen, Palinka? I am begging. That is kind of my thoughts on everything's going on with the Lakers. And as always, go hard on them dudes. Salute.